Hello Taurus, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Ten of Wands. I think we've had this conversation before, to be honest with you, Taurus. I feel like you like to take on very big challenges, and you don't want anybody to help you. You kind of have that stereotypical Taurus stubbornness, you know. I think you like to carry all of the grocery bags from the car to the house, you know. It's sort of a challenge for you to see how much you can do before you need to ask for help. The Ten of Wands very often is about us asking for help. It's also a card that says we might be feeling a little bit run down. Okay, I don't know if you're having any kind of like a sore back. I feel kind of something in the middle of your back right now, like a soreness. Yeah, it's from carrying all the weight of everything. You know. Now I don't know if this situation is one wherein you have to carry all the weight, or if you're sort of refusing to ask for help. Because I feel like there are other people around, but I don't know if they're just kind of like cheering you on, if this is some sort of a competition, or if it's just like, nobody help me, I want to see if I can do it, you know. So let's take a look at this energy. But I feel like this is very intense, very hard-working energy, okay, that is sort of carrying all the weight themselves. Yeah. Let's see what we have. Let's look around at some more cards here. Four of Pentacles, the manifestation. You're building something, right? Fire to earth. That is the electrical circuit of manifestation, fire to earth. All of your efforts are resulting in you crystallizing, manifesting something. Could be you're building a house, right? Could be you're building a business. It could be that you are... it could be a physical. You think of somebody at the gym, you're bench pressing, right? You don't want anybody to help you, right? But you do want somebody there to spot you. So I think that's maybe significant here. We got a Prince of Cups, Seven of Wands, Six of Cups, and a Three of Wands. This is a fight that's really teaching you what you're made of. This surely is something that your success here, it's kind of, this is an activity, whatever you're doing, whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're working on, whatever you're building up, is really teaching you a lot about who you are and about, you know, what you're capable of. More fire energy now, the Prince. And then we have the Prince of Cups, Prince of Wands now. We've got the Moon card. We've got the Leo energy, the lust or strength card. And, Six of Pentacles. Very interesting. 2 sixes, 2 princes, and all this fire energy, right? Very nice. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here and put Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. Whoops. And it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Yeah. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, or you have a hunch, or you have a guess, drop it in the comments. All right. This is a perfect opportunity for us to get a little more interactive and to exercise our intuition. All right. I think it's a good idea. That's kind of fun. Let's take a look around the room. Major Arcana, we've got the 2 over here. And these major arcana are interesting because the difficulty is in this sort of Leo energy. Okay, the luster strength card is the difficulty, right? And I think really the difficulty here is because it feels like all eyes are on you. Okay, and this is somebody who is kind of like, this is my first impression is somebody who has made a touchdown and they're doing their end zone dance. Everyone's got their own kind of their own little dance their little celebration that they do in the end zone. I feel like this is somebody like really dancing in the winner's circle, and this is your kind of obstacle. I don't think you like the limelight. I don't think you like people looking at you and thinking, wow, are they going to do it? If you're involved in some kind of a martial art or some kind of a sport or some sort of a competition of any kind, I feel like you're doing it for you. You're doing it for what you learn about yourself, pushing your own limits, finding your own identity, your own boundaries, manifesting yourself. Everybody looking at you is kind of a turnoff for you. But it doesn't prevent you from doing this. But this is kind of the obstacle, is for you to really take pride in your accomplishments and do your end zone dance, because you're getting that six of pentacles, okay? So you're going to have to do that end zone dance, all right? Also the moon card here in the position of the environment. And this is a doorway. Okay, this is a dark doorway. It's kind of an uncertainty. It's kind of it's almost, if we think of that card as being the environment, I believe it's your way of sort of blocking out the crowd. You think of a baseball player, right? A pitcher. They sort of have to black out all the peripheral sounds and lights and everything, the people, the crowd, the yelling, all that stuff. They have to black all that out and just focus on the catcher, and the batter, I guess. So I feel that this is kind of like, it's your ability maybe to do that, because I feel as if everybody looking at you kind of throws you off that like Zen-like sort of focus, that intense 10 of Wands focus, that everybody's sort of around you. Some are cheering, some are jeering. It's best to just black that out altogether, because this is kind of that dark doorway. It is just that blackness through which we don't really know what's happening. Now, I feel this card is also talking about the unknown results, the kind of the uncertain future that is resulting from this success, right? That we're sort of building this up. We got the 10 of Wands, we got the 4 of Pentacles. We're building something, we're working on something, we're manifesting something here. We're not really sure what it's going to become of it, right? At this point in the reading anyway, as we move our way up the path of the serpent, we're not going to know what the future is. But, we can sort of get a clue here with the 6 of Pentacles. So we got our major arcana energy. We have fire, 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 fire. We've got our water energies here, which I think are very, very good, very appropriate to have the water on either side here. That's kind of, it's sort of fueling you. I feel like this is really something that you've always wanted to do. This is kind of your dream. This is your baby. This is your work of art. This is your time to really, to do this. And it could be something at work, something at home, something in your private life. It could be a competition, it could be a sporting event, it could be literally anything. You could be building a house or building a business or just kind of building up yourself or anything like this. Could be you at the gym, right? Whatever it is, it's got the water energy, which tells me that this is maybe something you wouldn't be doing if it didn't feel like it was pleasurable, it was enjoyable, and it was an honest and authentic expression of you. Yeah. So anyway, water energy there. What's missing is the air energy. See, I think the air energy is good because the air sort of is the interpersonal stuff. The air is kind of like, it's the medium through which sound travels, right? So it's kind of like we're blocking, we're doing what I was saying with the moon card. We're kind of blocking everything else out so we can focus on what we're doing, the work at hand, on this act of manifestation. Fire to earth, right? Impulse to behavior, will to action. It is the inspiration to implementation, heaven to earth, above to below, right? Fire to earth. It's that electrical circuit of creation. And what usually gets in the way of that is the human heart mind, thinking and feeling functions, the swords and the cups. I don't think the cups are getting in the way of anything. I feel like the cups are in a lot of harmony here. We got a 6 of cups. You feel good about what this is. Your heart is all in it. You're trying to keep the mind occupied or keep it quiet or keep it just, la, 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 not listening to it, right? Because like I said, we're blocking out all the noise from the crowd, okay? So we're also blocking out our sort of nervous thinking, overthinking, analyzing, getting ourselves sort of anxious with the thoughts. We're keeping that out of here. Sometimes when you're in that zone, the last thing you want to do is start thinking about it. Okay, so I feel like for you, if you really started with the swords cards, if you started thinking about it, it would quickly devolve into you like either fumbling something or totally giving up and walking away from this. So it's kind of like we're not listening to the crowd, we're not listening to the static or the chatter of our own thoughts. Okay, so there's a reason why the swords cards are not here today, and I think it's a very good reason. Earth energy we have here and we have here. The 4 of Pentacles, I think, is showing the sort of the foundation that you're building. I think this is something that it's happening very fast, but I think that you're still sort of at the kind of the beginning of it. We're taking this from the 4 to the 6, which to me is sort of it's a leveling up of that thing. It is really you're setting the foundation for really great success. The 6 of Pentacles is material success. The 6 of Cups is pleasure, right? It is you really feeling that this is fun, this is good, this feels good. But let's talk about we talked about the 10 of Wands. Let's talk about the 4 of Pentacles. This is earthly power, right? This is, I think, the feeling that we get when we're in the gym and we're lifting the heavy weights. Even if it's just a little bit of weight to start, It feels like we're doing something. It feels like we're achieving something. We feel powerful. This is you, let's say, setting the really strong foundation for something that is a very strong and powerful foundation. It's going to be able to hold a lot of building, This could be a financial sort of power that you have, that you're accumulating resources for something. Okay, it could be that we're really setting something up for this future, the future evolution of something. Okay, so this is not something that I think is it's just fun for right now, and then tomorrow it's going to be something else. This is something that is going to continue for you. Okay, this is maybe one particular sporting competition, but there's going to be another one. There's going to be like a growth. There's an evolution to it. Okay. The 4 of Pentacles is safety, stability, security in the physical and financial arenas of life. Okay. And this is what you're working so hard to manifest. I think there is a financial component here. I think you're manifesting something that is going to really lay the groundwork for that physical financial success. First, we need the physical financial stability, and then we can keep building upon that foundation of stability and reach this great material success of the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you have a phoenix as a symbol. I don't know if that's kind of a significant mythical creature to you, if that is a symbol that you have a tattoo or it's a picture of it somewhere. I feel like the phoenix is really kind of a symbol of power for you. Yeah. Also, Spirit's showing me a tattoo on your arm. It's a small tattoo. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's something that's like motivational, right? And it's here for a reason, because I think you can look down at it and you can feel some sort of strength. It's something that you gain power from when you look at it, right? It's an important, maybe that's where the phoenix is, but something else, right? A tattoo. The Prince of Cups down beneath the surface. This is something very authentic within you that you are expressing. This is the reason why you're willing to endure kind of being in the limelight, being in front of the crowd in a way, because this is something that means so much to you. You could take or leave the accolades. You could take or leave like the audience. In fact, you'd rather probably not have the audience, right? But this is so meaningful to you. It's so important to you. It's an authentic expression of you. It's kind of, you have this energy within you. It's kind of like somebody that just has this artistic something. They have that artist inside of them. Something needs to get out. It needs to manifest, right? It's kind of those, you talk to artists and things that they just sort of feel compelled to create, There's something inside of your soul that just needs to find expression. And this is what you're doing now. This is what this fire to earth type of energy is. Now, because we have that Seven of Wands in the background, I feel like this is something that you've had to train for. I don't know what kind of training we're talking about. It feels like physical training. It feels like a sport or something like that. It feels like a martial art. But the Seven of Wands, I think, is really the sort of the spiritual training, the creative training, the technical training. We could be talking about schooling. But I feel, more than I feel, it's not an intellectual thing. It feels like it's either a trade school, it's some sort of a craft that you've learned, or some sort of training that you've done. And I almost wonder if it could be military training, law enforcement training, it could be first responder kind of training, first aid kind of training, right? It could be, gym. It could be physical training to prepare for a particular competition, or maybe you're running a marathon or doing a Spartan race. I feel like you've gone through a lot of work to be ready for this. Yeah. And maybe this is kind of talking about attempts to do it before that didn't really work out, right? That, and we could look at those as being training as well, But I feel like you've repeated things over and over and over again to get really, really good at them. Right, so I feel there's some sort of training that's happened in the past. This is also a card that says you're not going to give up no matter what. That this is something you're going to do, and that's why I feel like you're kind of saying, no, nobody help me. I'm going to do this on my own. I want to see how far I can go. And of course, with something like this, you have to be very careful of exhaustion and, injury and that sort of thing. But the Six of Cups at the top, this is what it's all about. This is the pleasure that you gain from doing this. Okay. Also, what is this? Who wears the funny hat? Spirit's showing me someone that's got like a really kind of colorful but weird hat on. I don't know if it's you or somebody close to you. If there's somebody that you've seen recently, that a hat is really kind of sticking out as a symbol for you right now. The Six of Cups here is the pleasure that you find doing this. As hard, as difficult, as grueling as it might be, this manifestation that you're involved with, whatever it is, feels good. Right? It feels good to go to the gym and to just to exercise your muscles in that way. It feels good, especially when you're done and you go home. It feels good, right? And this is something that I think is also, it's putting you in touch with that sort of creative or that inner artist that we were talking about, right? It's really making you feel connected with yourself and with the world, even though you're trying to sort of block out the crowd, the noise of the crowd. I feel like it's something that's really connecting you with life, connecting you with the kind of experiences that you want. And maybe even in the past, you've sort of always wanted to do certain things, but maybe the mind sort of has interfered in the past, and we just said, no, I'm not ready to do that today. I'm not going to do it now. Maybe some other day. I feel like you're overcoming that. I feel like you've totally you're not listening to the negative, thoughts, that mental chatter, and you're doing it. You're connecting with that part of yourself, and you're manifesting whatever that essence is. And I think it's something you've always wanted to do. Now you're doing it. And now the heart has always wanted to do it. I think the mind has kind of been the one who interferes. But now the heart's really getting what it wants. Yeah. And the Three of Wands in the future position is great because this is really showing you what you're made of, showing you what you're capable of. And that's beautiful. Right? It's building such confidence in you. It's really giving you this kind of I feel like a brightness in your personality as you do this. If it's a gym thing, if it's some sort of a competition or a race or a sporting thing or martial arts or whatever it is, I feel like going through this work, the training and the actual act, whatever it is building you up. It's making you, I think, very aware of how strong you are, how capable you are, and how much willpower you really have. It's kind of like pushing yourself to the limit so that you know what you're all about. You know what you're made of. And now I'm starting to think that you come from a military family, at least. Maybe it's not your thing, but I feel there was a lot of military people in your life. Yeah. We're going to talk about the path of the serpent now. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, and it supports the channel, and I appreciate that. So let's talk about the path of the serpent. We've got the Prince of Wands. That is sustained effort over time. Okay? And I think as long as it continues to be a pleasurable thing, even though you're really like wearing yourself out, the Ten of Wands is, we're getting close to exhaustion here. As long as it's still a pleasurable thing and it's an authentic expression of your essence, right? I think you're going to keep doing it. And I think right now you don't foresee it ever really, you don't see yourself ever coming off of this. You like it, right? And that's the Prince of Wands, that sustained effort over time. You're not losing your enthusiasm about it. Okay? Now, I don't know why, but Spirit's showing me that you have an issue with cotton balls. I don't know. I don't think it's the texture. I think it's the sound, because I'm kind of seeing a cotton ball like this. Yeah. I don't know. There's no relevance to that, but I think it's just kind of a confirmation that we're kind of in the zone now, But yeah, something about the cotton balls. Yeah, I don't know what that is. The sound, I guess. The moon energy in the position of the environment. This is, again, this sort of blocking out everything coming from the environment. And it could be blocking really the noise of the crowd, the cheers and the jeers, right? The flattery and the criticism. Trying not to be influenced by any of that, right? Because once we start to really pay attention to what the crowd is doing, and we've seen that motif in a lot of movies and things where there's that pitcher on the mound and they're zoned in, they're locked into their task, and they're throwing strikes, right? As soon as they start to listen to the individuals in the crowd and just people laughing, and it's just kind of, it starts to kind of become this cacophony of just noise, and there's laughter, and there's hollering, and there's cursing, and there's shaking fists, and there's just popcorn flying, and it's just everything starts to build up, and it starts to feel like we're in a nightmare, And that's, I think, when you start to see the person get very nervous. They start sweating. They start sort of dropping the ball and fumbling things, and they're trembling, and it just doesn't work out well. Right, they sort of lob the ball over, and then it's a goner, right? And that's kind of the moon card. The moon card is the kind of the incoming swell of impressions around us that can overwhelm us. We have to have this sort of protective circle around our soul at the moment so that we block out all that energy and we can focus on what we're doing. And I think that this is also partly when we're looking up the path from the Prince of Wands, we're looking through this dark doorway. We don't really know the end result. We don't know where we're going with any of this. We know that it feels good to do this, but we don't know, in a week, a month, 10 years, what it's going to lead to. We can't really see that far. We're not trying to see that far. The Moon card is that dark doorway. Can't see through it. No sense even trying to see. It's pitch black, right? I don't think you're concerned about what this is leading to 5 or 10 years down the road. It feels good now. It's an expression of your soul and your spirit now. What more do we need, right? What more do we need? Because this is a doorway, I want to do a divine doorway, one of these oracle cards. I'm just going to try to go in here and pick one randomly. And we've got offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. So, sharing. See, we see kind of with the 10 of Wands, it's kind of like keeping other people away. I'm going to do this all myself, But I feel like especially once we get here to the 6 of Pentacles, it kind of is then becoming the Knights of the Round Table, right? It becomes sort of a potluck. Everybody's at the table. Everybody's sharing a meal. It becomes something that we're sharing with others. And maybe through this doorway, if you, I'm going to talk about the Strength card now, the Lust card. If you overcome this, which I kind of want to say is a little bit of shyness, I'm feeling a little bit of that energy where it's just like we don't want to be the center of attention, and we don't want to be the one that's kind of showboating in the end zone, doing the end zone dance, But this is sort of, this is kind of kicking up the charm a little bit. This is like taking pride in your accomplishments and what you're establishing yourself as a really strong player in this game, whatever it is. And there needs to be a little bit of that charm, a little bit of that charisma, because I feel as if you're being invited into a group now. You're being accepted into a new world that is not for everybody, right? It's kind of an elite thing, and I think you're sort of proving yourself that you're capable of whatever this is. And now you're sort of in this new world. Yeah. Here's the 6 of Pentacles. This is the material success that I don't think we're looking for this. I think this is sort of an unexpected kind of result of all of this work you're doing. Again, with that Moon card, we can't see through the doorway, so I'm not even going to bother. I think this has the potential to really turn into much more than just you focusing on this and enjoying this. Now it's kind of branching out, and it's like you're meeting other people who are into it too. You're becoming part of a group or a club or a business or an association of businesses or whatever it is. There's more people around, and you're sort of an equal here. And I think you have to believe in yourself as being an equal. And that Lust card is in that position of the obstacle, right? Because again, I feel like even though you're being accepted into this group and you're maybe like a top contender here, right? You're like really good at what you're doing. There's still this feeling of sort of humility and humbleness that it's going to take a little bit of time for you to really recognize that you're an equal here, okay? That you belong here, you deserve to be here, and you're just as good as everybody else around that table. You're no better, no worse, okay? It's the round table. There is no head of the table there. But with this card in the position of the difficulty, I think it's something that you've got to sort of accept about yourself, that you are something special, and that you deserve to be there. I want to look at the mystery card. Now, someone in your life has a very distinct laugh. I don't know who that person is. Somebody has a very, very distinct laugh. Maybe it's you. Anyway, the mystery card. What? Maybe the Strength card again. Maybe we need another one of those Leo energies. Maybe we need the Hierophant, your Power card. Let's see what we have. The Ace of Pentacles. That's okay. You're being given the gift here. You're being sort of offered the chance to become part of something. Again, it's an Ace of Pentacles that is one equal part of this 6 of Pentacles. You're one among many. You're one that is very special, very unique, but you're special like everybody else is special, you know? But you're being accepted into this kind of elite group where everybody's special, you know? And I think that this is really you being offered, like, you know, you're doing this maybe as fun, maybe as a hobby, maybe because it feels good and you enjoy it and it's an expression of yourself. And then somehow it kind of, this opportunity opens up. Says, hey, you want to make some money doing this? You want to go professional? You want to join this club, this association, this group? You want to take things to the next level? This really could be a new path that you're setting out upon. You know, that's taking this from, let's say, being a hobby to being something professional. That sort of transition. All right, I don't know if that's it literally, but it's what it feels like. It feels like there's the chance here to really go off on a new path with this thing. You know, and it wasn't something you were looking for. It wasn't something that you saw coming, but here it is, this opportunity, this kind of doorway to, yeah, let's go, you know. I think this will be really, really great. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Taurus, Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.